that we for
processing
every
in
day.
different currencies, logistics.
I'm shit of it. I said that on the Middle Eastern webinar, a lot of you weren't on that one, that I want to repeat. I want to give a shout out and thank you to all the loyal founders who stuck
Compliance in different countries
with Ash
massively
when there's
time
less
and
points in
expensive.
this company.
Prohibitively so.
You guys never gave up.
Smaller,
You never
businesses.
swayed. You stayed in belief in him.
I guess.
Exactly. That barrier to entry for impossible
I want to thank you
to
personally
overcome traditional methods.
for
Okay,
that.
so those are some heavy
that means a lot to me. I know it means a lot
207.
to Ash and to all of you. I do appreciate that. A lot of things are going crazy. The last couple of weeks have been up craziness with brother Marty in and out of the hospital. They think they got it now. He's going to be in there till Monday, and I'm sure we're going to hear some funny stories for the next couple
operations,
weeks
rising
on his
costs,
journey
and
right.
in and out of
given
that
those pressures,
ambulance hospital. But we are very thankful, and I'm very thankful for the prayers and him being back at least on this webinar until Monday. And I do want to give a big shout out to my sister Julie, who is up, who has always been there and always helped out. But she gave us
the
a
doc kind of
lot
neatly
of
lays
help
this out by tackling 5
late last night.
common
I
entrepreneurial
texted
pain points.
I think we got this just
The everyday struggle and
on YouTube,
outlining the specific AI fix for each one.
let's go through those. What's
he said he can do it. So
the first pain?
I'm going to bed. We're done. We did what we had to do. Woke up and he sent me a message, call me right now. And then we spent the next 4 or 5 hours. Got Julie back on the phone.
Probably true.
Texting Ash. Get ready to share that new link because we want to get all the YouTubes on. Please like and subscribe to whoever YouTube you're on. We want to say thank you to all the YouTubers from around the world that have joined us and put out great messages, positive messages, truthful messages for this amazing company.
Yeah,
we are going to change lives. I have no doubt in mind that we're going to do that.
Modeling.
And all of you are
analyzes customer
history making individuals that every one of these webinars are going to be broadcasted live everywhere to these individuals who had faith and look at these individuals who believe in a man's vision, and don't ever forget that. I'm very proud of you all. I'm trying to snare. I want to introduce
external things.
Hold on one second. I can't see. Let me know when you see it. But I'm going to introduce him anyway. We got people.
They're here. Chris, they're here.
Exactly.
We got people from all over the world here. As you can see, the idea, colors, different faces, different sizes. Me being one of the bigger ones, and that's okay. We got handsome men, and we are ready to shake this world up. So I.
The
that note, I want to
need to be a
introduce my
marketing
best
genius
next to Marty
burn cash
DeGarmo. He's
testing
going to love
ads.
that one.
The system
a
itself
guy
is meant to constantly
who I look up
optimize
to,
the budget
a guy who's bettered my
AI
life, and I believe all of yours.
Visibility
Mr. Ash Mufareh, the CEO of this amazing
limited
company.
Resources.
Come on out,
this is
Mr.
the
Brother.
classic startup struggle, right? You can't.
Thank you so much, Brother Chris. You are incredible. I think we should all leave. I mean, I don't want to screw this up. This is perfect. What you said is quite enough, and well, I'm pleased to be here again. Thank you, everybody,
to 20
and
or 30 different specialized
for
software tools.
The new faces. Obviously, we know them, but we haven't seen them in a while. I'm happy that you're all here. Super thank you all. Big thank you, and for those who arranged.
Yeah, the software stack gets expensive.
And one more time, isn't that a little bit sketchy?
Incredibly fast. So the response
for the last couple of weeks, obviously, our brother DeGarmo, and there's no secret. I think he would outlive all of us for the amount of love he has. So don't worry about him. He's going to be okay. We know that our prayers are. Thank you, Sister Julie, and of course, Milo, and everybody who's assisting.
Replace over 20 separate
let's
tools
get going. I do have good news and bad news today. So, far, I'm live from Orlando, Florida now, and this will be great. So now that we're done, let's move on to the bad news.
And they put a
Okay,
number on the savings.
There's never bad news
They
in
do.
passive.
They
all
suggest
right?
it could
At
potentially
least
cut
from
operational
my
costs by
side.
up to
Okay.
7%.
And brother, Chris, I'm gonna kind
Now,
of
if that
like
holds
clarify. That's what I do.
true,
Always I clean
that
up
single
after you.
huge for removing
Basically, there's no low moment. I haven't been low, okay? Just circumstances and some challenges in
the
the business.
financial
But I've been
burden of
always
managing that sprawling,
high.
fragmented software collection.
That sounds like
70% is a big
really
claim.
illegal.
Okay, number 3.
I've
Scale.
never paid, so but I've been spiritually
Challenges.
and mentally.
This is the idea that manual
I'm always
Eventually-
positive to say. Okay, so we're gonna get going by the very first clarification. We've been in touch for the last couple of weeks, which is great. There's some probably light and insight and clarity moving ahead, but certainly with the I would say conservation of what we can say and cannot say at the moment. There's absolutely some vague or kind of like dark areas or gray areas are unclear, and that's what we will clear so that you would have hopefully at some point soon a crystal clear vision and clarity so you can better plan your life. So far what we've been doing, giving you updates about mostly what happened and hinting that there is a potential drastic change in the future. We have been emphasizing that we decided change is necessary and we shouldn't to do that. Okay. And one of the changes or the main strategies we are following now, that we will no longer be telling you what's coming in the details and ahead of our times. We certainly will tell you when things happen. We'll update you in that. And one of the thoughts, it's only a style that we decided to do it in such a way we will be a few steps ahead in terms of the technicality. I'm talking about whatever's happening. We will be telling you, okay, a few steps back. I'm gonna emphasize this analogy one more time. When we are, for just in case you're hearing it for the first time, if in the operation, okay, we are at that very much likely you'd be about 15. We're not going to about 20 when we are actually 20. But possibly don't take exact, okay, but it could be 20 or a few steps ahead. Okay, some steps are giant. Some steps are, not going to be that severe. So to put this in a really practical perspective, as of now, I haven't talked about step 1. What we did so far and have done in the last couple of weeks, we're preparing you mentally for step 1. You haven't heard anything about step 1. Certainly, as a consciousness in terms of our vision, we're not at step 1. Now, before that, we're way past 1 and 2 and 3, to be clear. But I haven't talked about, just to be clear. And I'm going to tell you this one. Somebody's going to get me, but it's okay. Sometimes you have to piss off someone to make it easier for everybody else, all right? Okay. So a genius fella, okay, yesterday emailed that concerns about next project. Happens about your mental ability. That person, not you, okay? Because I haven't talked about some. So it's all your delusion is to may never the way you think. So allow focus with me, or as our brother says, focus. Okay, focus. Okay, I cannot say it the same way, but in the moment, we are here trying to prepare step 1. Step 1, okay, is to move on to something seen and something that we have never talked about. So how could you have some doubts? To be clear, we haven't talked about stuff. All what we're doing, we're clarifying you and informing you the things that happened. Okay, about step 2. I'm sorry, we go to that. That's something that we need to make clear. So, and we owe you the explanation. Okay, Sister Julie, can you take it for a minute, or just if she's available?
I'm here.
Yeah, I need to take this call.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. Mr. Mufareh is here to share with us. So here is and I'd like to have some of our friends here. And let me remove him. To go ahead, Susie, if you could. I understand that you close to our great company. I'd love for you to speak a little bit on what Mufareh is sharing. Let me take him off first.
Okay.
Go ahead, Susie.
Yes, thanks. Hi, everybody. Good to see everybody here on the panel and everybody watching. From what's happening right now, it's, to me, very exciting because we don't even know what step 1 is, and that we've never seen. And what I'm understanding, what he is, how can people be assuming or considering certain or things we haven't even been told step 1. So strategically to prepare us, because I think it's going to be so huge and so monumental that it's good that we're going step by step. I think too much all at once would, the word I really like, overwhelm, but people overwhelm. So it's systemic, and to hear about step 1 when we hear about it. Thanks.
Susie, actually, you said it perfectly. Here's the thing. Even the updates that you will get just in preparation for accepting the change mentally, okay? And then, so preparing you for that. And detaching, I said it clearly before, that we have to detach and disconnect from something that you, because where one thing I haven't talked about it's not exactly similarly to what we've experienced before. And I one analogy, Red Fern's live from yesterday. He talked, things blew up and all of that, and struck me in a way, made me think about. Many of you know churches and uh, projects and space exploration, etc. So I've been following this. When they uh, they dominate, the trips and satellite by volume and by cost and by uh, I would say productive in what they've been doing. And this only happened in the last few years. It didn't happen like, since the first trip to the moon, I think 69 or yeah, I think 1969. Okay. And the 50 years plus until things activated and got more progress. I can, when I think 9 years ago or so, when the first visible boosters in Falcon Heavy and Falcon 9 actually first, just Falcon, the rocket made by used to just blow up, explode. Even before the first Falcon, okay, 9, which is a massive first 3 attempts to launch. Now it costs, it takes years in preparation, but the launching date, and there's not a guarantee that it would launch on time. There are measures and value and variables that will go on time or will be scrubbed and moved to the next potential time, such as weather, whether it's wind or all of that, and they actually fueled the rocket itself until the time of launch, and sometimes so they would have to stop that, and just reschedule the launch. When they finally launch, so many years and sacrifices and failures that happened before that behind the scene. Even the launching time itself, it's thing launching something at that level is thing, and no pair still until you go live. And what happened is it blew up first time, second. Now, when they go from the first time to the second time, it's not like, okay, just like the same and redo it again. No. They have to apply what is learned from the failure, the first attempt. Failure when they just say it's over, it's impossible, we cannot do it. That's a failure. That's it. It's not going to happen. But a massive vision is to do, explore other planets, or particularly Mars in the first stage, which is massive. Okay, and would live there. Okay, if possible, they would have to, at distance. Affordably, right? And different technologies that human being can do that. Travel to safely, obviously. That's the main thing. So in that massive vision, it's like, okay, load this with a ton of hydrogen and liquid oxygen and just blow it up in this. It's not that easy, okay? So much preparation in the background. They finally go, it blows up now, and another project attempt. Is it guaranteed to go? No. Then they do. Did okay. It did fail 3 times, and they ran out of budget. Dollars they've had, and on the 4th launch, it did. If it didn't work, there would have been out of demotivated. Others are not going to support, and that could be loss for all of us. Would succeed, and who's paying for the price? We didn't, but the potential value serve broad population from our human race. And it didn't take long to go to Falcon Heavy, which is technically 3 Falcon 9 rocket, so they can even reach distance in space. I can remember 2018 February, or I think it was, when, for those who don't know, it's like NASA in Florida by the Atlantic Ocean. When it went, it's a massive rocket. It's like 3 major massive rockets into one. And since that time, technically around the same, I've been influenced somehow by their tenacity and their persistence to succeed and further and do it right every time. And every time we've attempted to do something and like prepare for the launch, this could blow up. So I can scrub it so we can do it safely, and I reschedule. I said to you many times, we prepare to open something or launch it, and I didn't sign up on that. I did, but it doesn't mean it was not prepared or there was work or it was no challenges and all. That was kept away. When we finally have something to show, and the very last attempt, September 2023, we've launched ONET. Technically, the first lead given a priority as promised. Been working for in the background for a few years before. Until it went to the public. Forgive me for that analogy, but it would make sense to you if you just when you want to launch something, it's worth to say that it's not guaranteed to go well the first attempt. It doesn't mean attempt. It's a try, it's a test. When it's something and aspects involved, there is a high risk of something breaking. Legal challenge where you we got to deal with that in the background. Do we want to talk about some ethical challenges from incompetent managers? Do we want to talk about other things? We're basically from our own team on both sides, company internally, our users played to give very motivated at the level of what do you call it, technical quality. But you through step one in order to go to step 2 and 5. You have to go and then apply all the lessons. I was certain that this is definitely it, and just from that time immediately I realized it's not the ideal team. Simple thing. When I hired a CFO, that I said, okay, I need these 20. I find 20 different payment processes. Use these 20. Line them up. B, C, D, all the alpha. Okay, so I can have that. They got a couple of years in preparation, and we were delayed from 2022, if you remember, the World Cup in November, until technically 10 years later, 23, when we opened, right? And we didn't even have a proper payout. It was just something so manual. They had a question and didn't do that. So I knew we're not prepared. It wasn't pushing more payments. That's why I made it 3. I didn't charge again. All those things, because I just don't want to collect money for something I'm not passionate about. So it did blow up when we just like that rocket. I mean, we failed? Absolutely not. I refuse to say we failed. Now, we're going to have another launch. Do you think we just will load it up like another rocket, throw it in the sky? That's how it works. There's so much that you have to apply in your operation until you go to the next one. Now, the good news and the bad news. The bad news first, take the unpleasant away. This is like a leadership style. A lot of people, they like, to do you do your salad first, then the steak, and then dessert, all of that. Let's do style, and then. But occasionally, I like the good, beautiful, sweet uh, first, basically dessert first, and then we talk about salad or whatever if we have room. But the unpleasant part that scientifically is good. Let me just say before that, but in reality, it's so much losses, which is launch that blew up is not reusable, and there's that you can repair it, stitch it, and let's go blues. Unpassive, that's in that ecosystem, all of that. I'm talking about the same business, the complete business model. If this language is a little bit, not as friendly for some of you, I know many of you understand me so good. Don't worry, there are better people to explain it to you in plain English and like simple terms to unpack it, and you will get it. All right, but understand that we cannot use the same exact business model, the same exact technology, and fix it and just blow it up. That potentially, not work. I'm going to use the word fail, okay? But that will be insane because we're going to repeating and expect different or different results. It's not going to happen. Change. Got to change. Now, when I do a different chapter, different direction, all that, logically, all right, use that word again, you have to apply all the lessons plus behind the scene thing. So want the same people that they deceived you in the first place? That's insanity. You do it in the same place or all right. And can you use it that I was not thrilled in the first place with? It doesn't mean it's put the effort or the engineers in the first round, they didn't do the best. This is what we've achieved with that rocket. Are they? It just this is what achieved. There are lessons you have to consider them. Cannot them again. Or you're going to have the same results. So are you understanding that how crucial it is for We've got to dramatically, not a little bit, completely. Where we were working took us to a certain level. Now, here's where I'm going to tie this up together. Okay, then we move on. Okay. Now, the thing that went wrong or didn't succeed in the first, they're a part of the journey. Let me apply that again. SpaceX couldn't go to where they are today without blowing up some rockets in the first place. Without a part of the overall program still there intact as exploration, invading, or go and if you want to say choose other planets, still there. We haven't achieved it, by the way. There's so many steps, like millions of steps to get to the first step to launch that didn't go well. It's accepted because part of the journey. If hadn't they blow up the first about those like official launches, imagine how many like and prototypes and things that we didn't even know about in the early day. Like let's say didn't succeed in those 3 launches prior to the main. It went, and it went 1, 2, 3, 4 launches. Let's say 9. But if we got to the point where we had the Dragon rocket, right, or shuttle, basically that we inhabited with occupied with astronauts, and then it blew up. It's a good thing that you blow up, for that term, but and they hit us big. Your head and you believe that's it, you got it, and then things will blow. Okay, let me on perspective. If we went live with crooks and thieves back in 2023, and we making sales of roughly $100 million, which is that was our pace in the first month. It's been what, 18 months, 1.88 billion, I guess, something like 2 billion. And now they decided to great robbery that they did. But it was back then. They could have waited because they fooled us, right? To a point. They could have waited, but God is great. So everything was normal, is natural, is realistic. Thing big, it doesn't mean it's going to work the first attempt. And that first attempt that it doesn't work is not a good success or not the shatter the world, right? It is a part of us. You cannot, no shortcut. Just like everything about our life, there's no shortcut to success. There's no shortcut about launching, let's say potentially the largest AI IT company. How could you do that without learning curves in the beginning? Speaking of shortcuts, okay, a lot of people think, you just swallow that and you're going to look as beautiful as Chris Johnson. All of them buff or John White. Who thought like, okay, just by opening on passive, their life is completely fixed and all of that. They're going to be healthier, cooking, they're going to be wealthier, all that. No, 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 no. What did you do and how do you apply that? So phase 2 or at the next chapter, if you will, you've got to have a better mindset or expectation. I never told you I wrote a book years ago, weight loss and being fit and ripped and all of that. Okay, that was never published because it's just like 2 sentences as a joke. People, they were like, you know how many books and courses and programs about diet and how many pills and potions and lotion do that, like they will be magical, all that. Can I tell you a secret about having the proper size or weight? Put your fork down, move more. That's it. Hashtag Mufareh, future trainer. If you like that, it is going to work for you. A lot of people think, oh, it's a waste. There's no shortcut. You've got to go through the pain. It's not a wishful thing. Yeah, friends in South Florida that Barbara had to do, what do you call that, to remove the fat, basically a surgery, all right, removal, literally taking chunks of her flesh and send her back. Short removal, like something that happened over many, many years. Just go to an operation, open hours later, oh yeah, you're fit, perfect. Yeah, they did that, caused bigger issues. It was a successful operation, right? They did what they did. Too much fat within the bone and the structure and skin of, she couldn't stand up because it was not proportionate. The bone and the structure accustomed to a certain size, take that, it just crashes. Plus all the, the saggy skin, all of that. So it created a bigger problem. On the other side, somebody is doing it naturally, our brother John, organically. It doesn't look like he had that problem because he didn't do the. People overestimate what could happen, like in short period of time, launch, or open this, we're going to be wealthy, it's done. But they underestimate what could happen over time, natural organic process. All right, let's wrap this up. What we've been talking about so far is not even fun. And if you have concerns about the project, okay, reset. You shouldn't. We haven't talked anything about the next project. Okay, don't worry about that. We still have things to fix from the apply, so we take you to the next project. I'm going to also tell you the good news that part, allow me to say, I'm not going to take credit for it, okay? This is God's work. That in that transition, we've been tested for the first one, second, okay, but we're in change. Obviously, with the bigger vision project, right? Okay, higher kind, beauty in a way. It's because the actual mechanic on the ground being with exceptional people. I would say ordinary people. That is going to determine where you go. I but we're not reopening OConnect. I'm going to put that in perspective. Can we do that? Yes, absolutely. Something 300 times better. As good Connect, it was good for that time. What would you say? Boom, like instantly? Yes, that was the hope and the goal in the first one. But because we believe we could, and one of the challenges is like Zoom has been doing it for for so long. I'm talking realistic IT, okay, challenges. The companies like Microsoft and Zoom and ahead of us in the game, live using that, and they didn't get to where they are today overnight. But progress over time, little by little, there you are. So how could we have it not to have 20 years in preparation, in progress, so we can get better results? We don't have that time. We cannot go back and restart with them, right? The only way to overcome that is to get the dose and apply, avoid their setbacks or their challenges. That something that took them, let's say, 5 years, one feature, for example, to scale it to a certain level. If you get somebody who is knowledgeable, not okay, or to to implement something where those companies are, okay, but actually 5 years ahead from that challenge. So I don't believe that you have to and stuff in the background. It doesn't mean like it's going to be overnight. Elements and activities will take us to a place that we haven't reached now in terms of technologies, at least what we want to offer. Let me clarify this. If there is something that we're to reach to where or less, pure insight. Why would we do that? If there's something, why would we do it? Go back to SpaceX. We're gonna do something that is more better features, more advanced, okay, more user-friendly, and way affordable in terms of price, and give back model, and more complete, more integrated. Okay, so we can humanize our journey. So I have talked to you about a few topics in the past, like SEC and where we are going to go and all of this. I'm going to revisit that, so hopefully a better clarity for everybody. I'm going to get more specific now if that was a little bit, kind of like vague and more, I would say, forgive me for that, but I thank you for putting up with me. I'll let it out now. Okay. Back to SEC. I've given you an update that we're working out on something before, and we're, in an advanced phase. Do it. I said this. I'm going to say something. You like it, you don't like it. I will not be given further details, okay, until potential update. Okay, so as everything's a good blip in the last minute. It could be scrubbed. It could be modified. Some sort of or some of what I say could be impacting negatively the outcome. So I did not to get into that. We do have a case with the SEC. We did cause any harm. We did not admit, anything or all that. It's a painful process. We went through it. Millions of dollars, for legal. That it's like you cannot even put on that. It's really big, a drag for us. So that we're hopeful with your support and belief, good people, okay, that eventually, the truth will emerge and it will come out, and then behind us, it will certainly free us from so many burdens. And obstacles, so we can, and I would say more. All right, so don't expect minor updates here and there in the process. If you hear something not from me, please don't waste your time on it. It's either manipulated or is doing. That for a couple of cheap clicks or whatever, or bait title, or I am not that topic until concrete updates, right? This is, we have the most incredible talented, I would say, in my opinion. I wouldn't ask for a better lead than us, and the company with hand. So all of that is taking place. So let it go when it's done, or however it ends. Okay, I don't know when and how, but I'll give you an update. The details and all of that, but I decided to bring it up to the public, if that makes sense to you. I don't think this will in any way impact our future or our next chapter. This has nothing to do, but it's something that unfortunately I had to go through it. I've suffered the most company as an individual with my family. Again, time, reputation, and money, all of that plus. Okay. So, but it does not impact our dream. Put it that way. And now I want to clarify about so we're gonna wait until this done, so we move on. Never said that. Let me be very clear to you. Until now, today's date, okay, May the 3rd, 2025, we've never been banned or stopped to practice or to operate as unpassive. There's never been a decision to shut down on, nor we expect this would happen. Delusional, and this is hypothetical for those who thought that it's unpassive. We're going to never stop. It was certain things that we do or shared with bring to you or shared with you logically. They're not the legal battles, obviously, to pinpoint the evidences and all of that, so we can fix it and move forward and decide about, previous model, next model, all of that. Okay, so what we do is we believe will help you have a better clarity for those who care. Now, some people, here is the insane level, and I want to hopefully help you in not just in this of life, which is a business, or in general. In general, somebody is less qualified and not a part of the process. You take as your source of information, and all they're doing is injecting poison in your dreams, doubting yourself, all of that, and something that you, at least emotionally, you felt this is something good. You want it in your life. And somebody's trying to spoil that. The choice not to listen to them. Can I tell you something? It's your mistake. Why are you allowing the devil to talk to you? So we have people who are passive, obviously, and been with us. They're behaving in a way that, whether they're doing other businesses or taking people, they don't just shut up and be quiet about their negativity, all right, or their doubts. It doesn't mean the whole is a failure. If they failed mentally, okay, however, mindset wise, if it doesn't mean that we did a dream, we will not let it go. We believe we're going to do it in a much, I don't know farming, but some of you may do. Okay, that mango tree, most the fruit is heavy, and stem, for some reason, it doesn't hold it. Okay, and so they fall off, but they're still good, juicy, yummy. Okay, specifically in far, let's say, Japan, even Thailand, and anywhere, South Korea. I've seen how they farm mango. They have a bag somehow. Okay, it protects it, and they hang it so with a branch. So when it falls off, still hanging, and it also protects it from other ants, birds, whatever. Okay, right now. I'm going to use the analogy, okay, on hand, if it falls off, it's rot, okay, it's bad, don't eat it, right? So if you're an unpassive member as of now, and you're thinking you're going to drop out, fall like a nice mango. Don't drop like a rotten peach. All right. So still juicy, edible, and yummy. So you stole something from a hotel before, not because you're leaving, nobody's going to use it, or you don't have to spoil it. You don't have to spoil it. I just leave that to your mind, not the Pope. You don't have to make a confession here. Okay, so we all know what happens. Okay, so not because you're leaving, you have to screw it up for the next person. For those who are leaving, they don't want to stick around because you're leaving, but are causing noise when you leave. You know why I want you to leave? And I like that. Because remember some of the mistakes that happened in the first round, previous chapter, is attracting some wrong people with the, and when they are going automatic, this is God's gift. We don't want them to go with us to the next chapter. That's a part of our to leave. I'm not swearing that you have to go with us and all that. No evidence. If you don't believe it, with a good kiss, okay, adios. But don't a fallen peach. Stay cute, like OnPass have never been shut down. I don't expect it to be shut down. We decide to do with it our choice. We come in this battle and shut down. I want to clarify one more thing. A lot of people are attached to the brand, OnPassive, love the name, all of that. Yeah, sure. Is it we're just changing forward? Absolutely not. It's something that is not OnPassive. How could you call it? So OnPassive is there, is staying here, is not going anywhere. A lot of people say, you said, I'm going to be very so transparent. Many people recall we said only God could bring us down. Still valid. Doesn't mean the brand or the specific way of doing it. About the whole theory, I'm talking about the whole dream, I'm talking about the whole project. Practical way that you have to do it or do it, sure. Be open to that. You're going somewhere, you get a block or something blows up, right? And your final destination is almost with the beach. Hey, no, I'm just going to do it in this way, this specific road or street. You're going to be blocked. You can camp all you want to go to the bathroom and like you want to have a battle with your system and say, no, I'm not going to do it now. You're going to crap your pants. Don't be stubborn. You have to change it. You have to go with the flow. I'm leaving a breather for the imagination, for the graphical. The here, okay, are we going to have to wait for the C case to end up or to settle or whatever. Okay, for that outcome, then we move on to the next phase. Okay, okay. The answer, the short answer is no. Are we choosing to? Absolutely. It's a preference. Another thing, does that mean with this case over, that means reopen and everything as it was and on passive? Absolutely no. I tell you right now, if you're waiting for that, whether it happens next month or I don't know, 20, 60 days, anytime happens, let's not put a time on that. When it happens, I expect, okay, go back, buy or get paid or whatever, I don't know where you're, okay? Because a lot of people, like I know 95% or more wouldn't have commissions, but for some reason they expect when we resume, for some reason, they're paid automatically. This is a part of the delusional mentality. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Not when this case is, we're going to resume and do the same thing. I'm telling you also around, are we decided that's it, it's over, it's a dead animal? No, I'm not saying that. I could have said, you know what, I'm bankrupt on passive, it's over, I'm freed from any responsibility, I see you in a better life, right? I could have done that. So we're choosing not to shut it down. We're not being forced to. Most people are expecting. Are we having a specific plan? I'm going to be very honest with you. No, I don't have a plan how to proceed with on passive. Can I tell you why? Do you want to know why? You have to beg me. I'm kidding. I'm just testing the attention span. Okay. It's very simple. But I'm going to tell you voluntarily why not. We haven't decided that because we have something greater. Very simple. Something greater that you might like it. You know, Dad, you didn't do this or didn't recycle. We will lose some, hopefully by design, rotten peaches, okay, or fruit. That's good. Gonna have the cream with us by design. Okay, am I obligated to take you with me to the next phase or after what? Next project? No. Do I owe you any explanation of that? No. We're here on passive. On passive, technically blew up on the launch. Thank God it happened then. Am I fixing and stitching it? No, relax. I hope I'm like touching the points that you want to know before we like more say topics or things. And I've talked about next chapter somehow. Mostly I said what is not, right? I said it's not MLM, it's not it's not passive income, it's not on passive 2.0. I said that. And I want you to be clear. The next chapter is not an investment. And nobody's paying for that. Nobody's nor entitled for any other update or invitation. The next zero hype. I don't want anybody to. That's why I'm not going to let you say the story before I'm choosing who would qualify this time to go on with it. A secret. I don't know if you know, really. Okay. I have a couple more friends that you've never met. The digital marketing area, basically marketers and master and heavy hitters and all of that. I did not invite them yet to the first time. They know what I could do, and they have been telling me to invite them, and I refused. I will only do when I'm satisfied with the value. So everybody, mostly, I didn't even invite them. Or we haven't done business before prior to this. There are a few that knew before, but doesn't mean I have invited them. When they found out it's Ash Mufareh who's doing this, they just ran. So why I think the next thing is going to be a lot better? Because now I'm feeling confident to invite my friends. To market myself, not to market myself as Ash. That I will do the marketing. I am passionate and excited to share this. Talking about the next chapter. So if you're skeptical, if you're not sure you're going to do this, you're capable of doing it, okay, there's no obligation. If we owe you anything and I'm passive, we never settle. We will never, ever settle before we make this right to the best of our ability. So do you promise, like, okay, put you in our team? I got that insane before. Let me be patient about not, being disrespectful. If that path is not going to continue, what's the point of doing that step? Hating the marketing or the extra positions that we have, etc. Right? More than 95, 96 people don't have commissions, right? With all the respect, is none of your business about the other 4 or 5% who will qualify for the commission. Those people will certainly be pleased at the end. I'm going to throw hypothetical outcomes. I need to back up, okay, because this, again, the legal thing, but the robbery happened from our individuals, okay, in Dubai. Time, the whole target was $52 million that are a part, not everything. Revenue came from they wanted to hijack that. They did. That is not within the 52 million. Their activities caused, okay, or this to get more complicated, okay, and got frozen. At some point, this was about to go out. I'm happy that it didn't. Thank God, okay, it didn't go, because they would have hijacked that amount and disappeared. They think they could, but the fact that it's stuck, now there's a potential this could be rectified the right way. Is SEC involved, governments involved. There's like whatever the attorney general or the prosecutor in the UAE. There's central bank. There's a few, and so it passed that stage for themselves. Okay, it's that. So it requires that. If this is done in our favor at the end, I'm just saying that. Okay, who knows? Good, short. But this is not going to happen month or next month, or even the month. I'm going to be very clear with you. Hypothetically, this we don't succeed to do it. Okay, hypothetically, I'm not giving who stole our money and our properties. Okay, or but they think they got away with it. Not yet. Okay, first of all, you're going to face hell on earth. Okay, a few times to the rest of your life, and the minute you die like a dog, okay, you're going to go obviously to hell infinitely, eternally. So because of that, how did this up? Do you think Ashmar is the type of guy that, let's say, Bob Takusi or brother John or whoever here, Gene, okay, anybody has $5 commission? Do you think I would ever rest, ever in my life, rest without clearing the right way? But the right thing is those to pay, and that the criminals do not. It's that simple. And this is not a 5-day process. So until that is, let's say we exhaust our efforts to recover those funds and other things, right? Then we'll talk about other options. But make no mistake, whether you're moving to the next chapter or whatever you do, or if somebody's not even with us, we will find a way to make right. I don't need this money. And even if I have it, just hypothetically, today, okay, those commissions,